Here we are in Montana. Awesome single track ride. Look at this. Sound of Music. Here we go, boys. Stanley King channel. There's a big old bull right there. Started the ride off. I saw that guy and I thought, I don't know, my ride might end before it even begins. But man, our buddy Chris brought us out on a stellar single track ride out here in Montana. I don't even know where we were. I couldn't tell you. Didn't map it, but it was gorgeous. The wildflowers were out. We were on secret single track with the locals. And as you can see, this is a pretty secret single track when you can't even see the single track. But he started us off out through the mountains and then got us down a little lower. We did a couple hill climbs here. I made it up this first little piece, no problem, that was fun. And then there go the boys up front, and then here I go. Here we go on the old KTM 300, and I just didn't have enough juice. So watch this, I just dig in and just brrr. I didn't realize those roots were there. I started looking at them, but what those guys missed was this view that I got coming down. So, you know, all wasn't lost for me. But man, this part right here, this is the start of what was just mind-blowing gorgeous. I'd been on this ride about 3-4 years ago, and I remember it being gorgeous, but I just, you know, sometimes when you go on rides like this, it's hard to remember how beautiful it is. We were just cruising through the wildflowers. This is all beautiful single track. It's been there for years, but it just gets so overgrown with the grasses. And it just rained a couple weeks ago, and about 3 days before I got there, I guess it was raining like crazy. And we just kept going up and down these beautiful valleys through these little pine forests. You know, we go through the rocks and off camber. My buddy Johnny there in front of me, and there's Corey. Chris was leading us, and we had Todd, who's an expert rider, as well with us, and Michael. And man, we just took off. Chris is riding a brand new Stark Bark. He said, I'm going to take it out. He rode that thing for like 4 hours, I think on 32 horsepower or something. Said he loved it. I got to ride it a little bit. It was a trip. But look at these ridges we're going across. This is just a dream ride. That's all you can say about it. You know, it's, you know, right here is this clicking third and the fourth gear. Just, you know, you're trying to not look at the scenery, look at that trail. There's the rocks embedded and stuff, but it's just impossible not to look around at how gorgeous it is. And then it's like as soon as those big wide open areas finish up, forest closes in a little bit, and you get into this gorgeous single track again. And it's not like this is some super burnt in single track. This is one only the super locals know about. I can't remember what it was called. Like I said, I didn't film it. I mean, not film it, but I didn't map it. And you know, I didn't always trust what was deep down there in the grasses, but man, it was just so cool. You know, it's like there's those times in life where you get out on the trail and you just think it can't get any more beautiful than this. And as you're riding through the trees and thinking maybe there's a grizzly bear out here, luckily the grizzly I had in front of me was Johnny Walker and Michael and Corey and Todd and Chris. And, man, what a great group of guys. And it was so much fun for the day. But you know, I just kept thinking it can't get any more beautiful than this. And you come up over a ridgeline like that. Look at those mountains back there. How do you not look at that when you're trying to ride your bike? It was pretty hard, but this area of Montana it's just spectacular. Every time I go up to Idaho, Montana, and ride with the guys, I feel so fortunate and so lucky. Look at this. Here we go, the off camber again through the forest. And man, somewhere up here, I saw the trail go to the right and didn't. That right here, I went down in this valley. I thought, where'd the trail go? I don't see it. Still not seeing it, you know. And I finally got down, looked around, and I thought, where the hell is everybody? there they were up the hill. I didn't realize the Singletrack had gone off camber. Look at those guys, they're way up there. I know the GoPro doesn't make this look very steep, but I'm glad all the grasses were nice and juicy because I got some good traction off it. I really needed it. But I just had to rip it back up there, and this was like drop it in the first gear and just kind of hammer it up the hill, and I didn't know if I was going to get a big old hay bale with me or what. But again, this is grizzly country and bear country, and thank God I haven't seen a bear up here yet. We saw a few elk, and we saw a moose back here on the trail. I mean, look at that again. It's like, how do you just slide down the hill and not look at that view? This is gorgeous. Man, it's just Chris brought us on a heck of a ride. It was awesome. And then he says, go that way, so I went that way. And, if these guys weren't in front of me, putting in that little tiny ribbon of a trail, I don't think I would have ever been able to find this, that's for sure. There, Corey said, rip it. You got to hit it up the hill, so that's what I did. That was a cool little, it wasn't a very long hill climb, but it was fun. Then you're right back in these Christmas trees. And I'll tell you what, when I go on trips with the guys, and we're out there and we get done and crack a beer and have some laughs, have a couple steaks, and kind of go over the ride. I couldn't even bring back this one in my memory because it was so good. It was so beautiful. I mean, look at that. Look at the flowers everywhere. I'm not some kind of crazy wildflower guy, but man, this was just incredible. I think there were even more flowers this time I went than the last time I went a few years ago. And Chris brought us into, look at that roll. Some of these guys are such good riders. Chris was on that Stark Varg, and he's an expert rider. He's ridden Romaniacs. And yeah, like right here, I was like, oh, I'm going to make it up here. And then, I didn't make it up there. That was funny. Then my gas line popped off. I thought I was dead out there, but then I finally figured out it was the gas line. A stick had hit it right on the quick disconnect, which was, I don't know how that happened, but it did. But then here we go, right again, back down another valley. And like I said, these guys, watch this. Watch the way Corey, look at that. He just wheelies across, and then here's how I go. I tiptoe it. It's funny. I mean, Corey's just, he's so fast, expert rider, and so is Todd. Johnny and myself were further back, and Michael, he hadn't ridden in the last year or something like that, but that Michael kid, he hung with us, which was awesome to watch. He's a pretty good rider. And Chris brought us up this, I guess it was like a draw or whatever you want to call it, but this started winding up through the woods and through the trees, and I just kept looking up and smile ear to ear. I couldn't stop grinning. It's just beautiful. I'd love to do single track like this every day. I'm down here in Vegas. This is where I live. It's 106 degrees here right now, and all I can think about is how nice and cool and crisp the weather was in Montana. Just beautiful. I mean, look at that. These guys are lining up to get up the hill there. Away we go once again. It's just, man, it's just awesome. So I'm 57 years old and been riding probably 20-something years now. Changed my life. Been nothing but good for me, and every Saturday, Sunday, somewhere in there, I try to go for a ride. This week down in Vegas, I got to head for the hills, get it way up high. That's Michael right there. I don't know, he hit a rock and bounced off really quick. Check this out. Look at the lighting change on that. The sun got right in the camera. It just created that weird shot, but watch this. It's so lush in here. I think the camera was having a difficult time picking up the greens. It was just, they're so vibrant and beautiful. Like I said, this is kind of a more difficult spot where we got deep into the trees. And you know what? Hats off to these guys in Montana. I know a lot of them are my age, and they're out there with chainsaws chopping away. Look at this. There's hundreds and hundreds of trees these guys had to chop through to keep these trails open. And these aren't just dirt bike trails. These are mountain bike trails, hiking trails. And I would say without, the guys going out and clearing these, I don't see how people could hike around. And again, we're here in bear country, so thank God we didn't see a grizzly bear, because I know those are huge. They can get aggressive on you. And luckily so far I haven't seen one. I've had people ask me, like, why aren't you carrying at least a 45? And I'm like, I'm not carrying anything. And they're like, are you crazy, man? Now we'd see hikers out here, they'd all have a 45 on them, and they were ready to go. I guess it happens. But probably just shoot in the air and the bear runs away, hopefully. But look at this track. Isn't that cool? How it's just traversing through. I just, again, I'm 57, in pretty good shape, and I just can't stop getting excited about single track like this. Here we are in Montana. Awesome single track ride. Look at this. Sound of music. Isn't that just beautiful? I mean, it really looks like Switzerland to me. Unbelievable. There we are. There's Corey. And away we go. Well, guys, it's back to the truck. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. It's great having you as part of the family. If you haven't subscribed yet, I know you need to. Put out videos like this every week. Always something good. Great having you here. All right, guys, we'll see you out on the trail. Later.